Welcome back to Eating Good, the podcast where we go to different food establishments in the Columbus area. I'm Oscar.
I'm Sam.
I'm Marisol.
I'm David.
And this week, we went to a very special place. David, take it away.
All right. So today I took us, I know it was a little gloomy out, the post-eclipse blues, but I thought I would cheer us up with a little bit of ice cream. So I decided to take us to Jeni's Ice Cream, which, if you guys are familiar with Oscar, know that that's a staple in his rotation of wonderful desserts. But Jeni's Ice Cream is a creative-led, community-spirited company on a mission to make better ice creams and bring people together. So it was founded more than 20 years ago by Jeni Britton, who actually has a James Beard Award for her ice cream. James Beard Award being kind of like the Oscars in the culinary world for American cuisine. And yeah, I mean, if you ever come to Columbus, it's a staple. Like there's some in various neighborhoods throughout here. And I personally have a couple favorites that I love trying. But as I mentioned before, I went because it is post-eclipse era and they had some eclipse flavors. So I want to make sure to catch them before they were gone. And that's what led me to take us to one of our favorite spots, Jeni's.
Alrighty. So since this isn't traditional meals, I think we should go through the flavors we got and talk about like each one by one, rather than each person saying, I got this.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we want to start with the new flavors or go with the classics? Like the eclipse flavors?
Let's just start with the eclipse flavors.
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
The first flavor we have is Supermoon. Tastes like candied violet and marshmallows, almost like cereal milk. None of us actually ordered this flavor. I ordered a pint of it, so we all got to try it. And one thing about Jeni's ice cream is it's very rich. Some people like that, some people hate that, but it has a lot of flavor. And this actually was the most mild flavor of any other flavors I've had. I don't know how to describe it though, what it tasted like.
Yeah, like it almost tasted like nothing with a subtle hint of something at the end.
I agree. I feel like it tasted like nothing. I can remember all the other ice creams that we tried, but this one, like I couldn't even describe like how it tasted like.
I think the violet's a flower, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's what I was getting. And I said this at the table. I was like, it reminds me of like when you bite a chapstick, like a neutral, like the one you have, the Aquifer, that doesn't have a flavor. But I think it's just like the waxiness of that I kind of got flavor wise. And I'm going to contribute that more so to the violet than the marshmallows. But super subtle. Like you said, it's very hard to pinpoint what it is. And they say almost like cereal milk, but must be Cheerio milk or something.
Yeah. It must be describing like unflavored cereal.
Cornflakes.
The Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
I will say I've never bitten into a chapstick.
Yeah, me neither, for the record. Let the record show only David eats chapstick.
I'm tired of losing them. They're going to get finished one way or another.
But yeah, it had the texture of ice cream. And so maybe in my head, I'm like, this is what no flavor ice cream tastes like.
Yeah. I actually would still eat this. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't offensive or anything. It was just like, I'm eating ice cream and it's very mild. I think picky kids would probably really like this ice cream.
Yeah.
True.
Quick round of ratings.
Honestly, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
What?
Okay.
Because I could casually eat it, like you said. It doesn't need to be a lot of flavor. It's just really easy to chow down.
Like, I'm sure all the calories are still there, but it tastes guilt-free.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I was also going to say 5 just because it's like
the hardest
very
neutral.
neutral. Like, yeah. Even though typically our rating scales are a little off and 5 is typically bad on our rating scales, I'm going to give it 5 as like a true neutral today.
I like chapsticks, so I'm going to give it a 5.5.
You monster.
All right. The next flavor we have is the Nebula Berry. Tart like a blueberry and vibrant like a raspberry with an elderflower fragrance. So I remember at the table we said this one is very sour.
Yep. I think this one was the most sour.
Mm-hmm.
Very sour and very berry, which makes sense because blueberry, raspberry are both acidic,
Mm-hmm.
especially the raspberries.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of it?
I liked this flavor. I was going to compare this. I don't know how to describe this. I like this flavor. There's another berry flavor that we try later from this
Mhm.
Eclipse collection that I don't like that one as much. So of the two, this Nebula berry I liked better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you liked the darker one.
Mm-mm. I like the tartness of this one.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. This one, I agree with Sam. I like the tart of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sour ice cream flavor, but that doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, it was just very, very, very tart,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that the tart stood out.
And it'd be like refreshing on a hot day.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's funny. You guys say that it's like, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not tart, but maybe it's because I started eating the other flavor since I actually got the other one, and that felt tart to me, but they felt equal tart to me. But I did like the Nebula Berry because it felt creamier. Maybe it was just because it was a lighter, like more opaque-ish color. But I also think the elderflower actually stood out to me, and I think that was my favorite part of it, more so than like the berries. And it was subtle at the end, but I'm starting to realize I like Jeni's because a lot of their flavors, it's like a profile, right? Not just the berry, but like they always throw like little like flowers or something, which I appreciated.
It's like a perfume. Like it has different notes in it. They like curate the specific flavor that they want, and they hit each of those notes.
Yeah, and I've been recently into like colognes and stuff like that too. So I'll like do some research, and like they have what, top notes, middle notes, and then like the finishing notes. And so for this one, that last note was the elderflower, which I think I really liked. And the tartness was cool. I love tart things.
Any thoughts, Marisol?
I didn't like this one. It was way too sour for me, and I don't like sour stuff. It almost reminded me like of a Jolly Rancher, and just by saying it, it's making my mouth water.
Jolly Ranchers aren't sour.
To me, they were. I don't know.
They make sour ones.
They
though.
make sour ones,
True.
but a classic Jolly Rancher is not sour.
I don't know. I'm just really sensitive when it comes to like sour stuff, so I couldn't even tell you what it tasted like. It
Mhm.
was really sour.
Yeah, at the restaurant, you were like, "That's so sour, it's giving me a headache."
Yeah, I did get a headache. And I wasn't expecting that from this one because it had like a pretty pink color. So I
Yeah.
wasn't
Mhm.
expecting the sourness.
All right.
Ratings?
Yeah, ratings.
4 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with 7 out of 10.
I'm also going to go with a 7 out of 10.
Lucky number 7, 3 sevens on the board.
Alrighty. Next one. Do you want to read the next one because you ordered this one, David?
Yeah. So just kind of continuing what we were saying before, the other berry one that was part of the Eclipse collection was Purple Starborn. And that's reminiscent of Concord grape and puckery like black currants. Intensely juicy.
It was interesting because when I took the first bite, I'm like, "Oh, that's like the blue tricks, like blueberry." And then I looked at the ingredients of the other one, and the other one's blueberry.
And this one, you're right. This one doesn't list it, but it did have that flavor to it.
I
Just
think
a berry.
I think it's the grape.
Yeah. And I know black currants are also like a currant is a berry as well. So I chose this one because I took a wines class back in college, and often one of the notes in lots of red wines is black currant. I was like, oh, I wonder if this will taste kind of winey. And the color was like a deep
Mhm.
purple, so kind of in that family of things. And Concord grape, that's like Welch's grape juice. I think those are Concord grapes. I think I liked this one a little bit more than the other one. Oscar was saying it reminded him of blueberries, and what it reminded me of was, you remember in high school when some unlucky days at lunch they would give you those Minute Maid frozen things,
Like the push pop ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a blueberry one?
I think
I feel like
so.
there was. It reminded me of that. It brought me back to that for some reason.
I feel like those are normally like blue raspberry flavor, but blue raspberry lemonade, I guess.
Maybe, but because I'm thinking of like the ones that are like triangle shaped, like the cherry one. But anyways, it was just like, funnily enough, I ordered it because I thought it would remind me of wine. but then it reminded me of something from my younger years. So
Yeah, this one tasted like a Trix yogurt to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like close to it, not exactly like it, but very close in flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the same thing. It was less sour than the Nebula Berry, and so I liked it more. It was also creamier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I felt like the Purple Starborn was like the Nebula Berry's little brother. Like less berry flavor, less sour, less tart.
I think it had more berry flavor, but
I guess
less
that's
of the
true.
other things.
I guess that's true. That is the first thing I noticed was the berry. But
Yeah,
I personally like the other one better.
me too. Ratings
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
5.7.
I'm gonna give it 7.8. Yeah, I think it's the color too. I just love
I
how
love the
deep
color.
and rich the color looked. It got me.
All right, David, do you want to read the next one as well?
Yes. So another one that I got in my bowl, and the last one in the Punk Starganot or the Eclipse collection was Cosmic Bloom, a tropical delicacy, citrusy like a mandarin, refreshing like a kiwi, and punchy like passion fruit. It was orange.
Yes.
That caught my attention too.
It was like a light peachy orange color, which made me think I wasn't going to like it because I
Mhm.
knew that meant it was like fruity.
Mhm.
But surprisingly, it grew on me. Like the more I kept trying this flavor, the more I really enjoyed it.
I loved it. I loved the kiwi and mandarin mix. And the passion fruit too gave it just a nice bitterness at the end.
I said this as soon as I tasted it, but like my first bite, I was like, oh, it kind of tastes like alcohol.
Yeah, it's like when you take a sip of alcohol, like let's say you have a rum and coke or just any well drink, you taste like the soda and then you get the from the alcohol. That's how I felt with this ice cream.
Yeah, which as David mentioned, he thinks it's the passion fruit because I normally get this passion fruit seltzer from
Yeah.
a local bar. And I was like, that makes sense. My brain association.
I feel like you've gotten it like twice and haven't liked it particularly either time. But
I've gotten it like 3 or 4 times.
Really? It's so funny because
But-
you're always like, I don't love this flavor.
Is that the one you got last Friday?
Yes. And so they have at Seven Suns, they have the Kitty Paw seltzers, but they only have 2 flavors on tap. So like there's not many options. So it was either get passion fruit or get grape. And I was not going to get grape. So that's why I
Right.
kept ordering the passion fruit. But I will say this last time I went this past week and got the passion fruit, it tasted way better than normal. Like I think this batch was new and
Okay.
it just fresh. I was like, oh, this one's actually good. Because it's not just passion fruit. I think it's also like mango.
Okay, right.
I really liked it. I feel like it was really refreshing. Like on a hot summer day, popping up a high noon. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
But with ice cream.
Yes.
But with
it's
ice cream, yeah.
Rolled up into a ice cream ball.
Maybe high noon should make ice cream. Or like White Claw.
Let's see. Like I said, it was orange, and that kind of reminded me of like the Flintstone push-up pops. But when I said it, I feel like no one agreed. I'm thinking it's probably more so the kiwi and the mandarin, because I'm sure that's orange flavored. The passion fruit definitely threw it off of course for that flavor, but maybe my brain just associates it with it, and so I liked it the same way that I liked those Flintstone push-up pops.
I will say I didn't comment on the Flintstone push-up pops because I don't think I've ever had those.
Really?
So I was like, I don't know what that
Wow.
tastes like.
Okay.
I've had the push-up pops, and I remember how they looked like, and they were like creamy,
Mhm.
but I didn't know they were like Flintstones.
It was either Flintstones or Scooby-Doo.
Pretty sure the orange ones are Flintstones.
Flintstones, right?
Intern?
Flintstone push-up pop ice cream.
All
Or
right.
Scooby-Doo push-a-pop.
What do we want to rate this? What are our thoughts?
7.5.
7.
I'm going to go with a 7.5 as well.
Rating. I'm gonna give it a 7.5, and I know it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna bump the last one up to 8 because in thinking them side by side, I did like the other one a little bit more, but I still really like this one too.
All right, Bella found the Flintstone push-up pops.
They're Yabba Dabba Doo orange
Oh.
flavor.
Yeah, I've
I
never
remember
had
them.
that before.
I think they would have them maybe in the ice cream trucks or like corner stores.
I would only see them on the ice cream trucks.
Ice cream trucks. And would you ever order them? Or that's pretty at the bottom of the totem pole for
I
ice
always
cream.
got the fucked up SpongeBob.
Yeah, with the gums for the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Or they would, if they didn't have that, they had Sonic with
Sonic
the nose.
was, yeah.
Oh yeah, or sometimes they'd have Hello Kitty. So
Yeah.
terrifying.
Dora. I never grabbed
Oh,
it. but
the Dora one?
was
Never grabbed
crazy.
the Dora.
scary.
Have you guys ever had Choco Taco?
Yes.
Uh-uh.
So good.
Underrated.
It's like a waffle cone, but it's shaped as in the taco shell.
Yeah.
There's ice cream inside, and then they have like melted chocolate on the top.
Yeah, and I think there's like little swirls of chocolate in the vanilla ice cream too.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
vanilla
good.
ice cream.
It's so good.
I think my go-to for ice cream trucks is the Rocket Pop.
Rocket Pop. That's like
Mhm.
great for when you're running around all day. And
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Is that the blue, red, and white one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those were good too.
And then, true. Oh, dude, the ones at Chuck E. Cheese were great because you would get like what $4 or whatever from your parents, and then the little
The
claw
little,
thing that would suck it.
it
up.
was the little suction thing to go. I was like, dang, that suction is so strong. It can hold a whole ice cream.
And they were like the big old Rocket Pops
Yeah.
too, so you could be running around Chuck E. Cheese with those. Good memories. But my go-to is probably the strawberry crunch, whatever those are, like the strawberry short.
Yeah.
Ew, I
Shortcake
don't
ones.
like those.
Oh, they're so good.
Those are Leo's favorite too.
Yeah, those are the chocolate ones, but the strawberry ones in particular.
Alrighty. Well, let's get back to Jeni's.
Right.
That wraps up the Eclipse flavors. Overall, I think it was a pretty solid collection. Like,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
going to be sad that they're going to take these flavors away.
Right.
Yeah, this was a very fruity collection, but I agree it was a very solid collection. Like, none of them were done bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's been some flavors where I'm like, this should have never been made.
The
Bruh.
everything bagel.
Ooh.
Dude, that one was goated. Bring it back. It's not goated, but I'll eat it.
But yeah, I think Jenny's probably does like 4 collections a year, one really for every season. I would say my favorite would probably have to be the winter collections.
Yeah, seems like you really like those ones.
Yeah,
Because
but
the peppermint.
I guess we could talk about your flavors first.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritty of our original flavors that we ordered today. Should I go first?
Yeah.
So I ordered my classic combination that I always get. I'm going to read them both off because they go together. That's the reason I get them together. I get the Brambleberry Crisp, which is described as oven toasted oat streusel and a sweet tart brambleberry jam layered through vanilla ice cream. So that's flavor number 1. And then my second flavor that I always get is salted peanut butter with chocolate flecks, which is described as salted and roasted ground peanuts with grass-grazed milk and crunchy dark chocolate flecks. So the reason I get these two together is because they taste like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in ice cream form,
Ooh.
and it's incredible. I will never ever, I'll like try other flavors, but I'll probably never ever order anything else as long as I go to Jeni's because I just love those two and that combination so
Yeah.
much. But we could talk about Brambleberry Crisp first. I don't know how to describe. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I know it's like one of their, probably what you would call like their flagship flavors. I feel like that one's always on tap no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of people outside of Columbus who go to Jeni's and they're always raving about Brambleberry Crisp.
Yeah, I think it's one of their most popular flavors,
Yeah.
which is surprising. The first time I tried it, I actually didn't like it very much. But when I tried it in combination with the salted peanut butter, it's won me over. So even now, I probably would never get Brambleberry Crisp alone.
Okay.
I do think it's good alone now because I've had it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the hints of like the jam kind of throughout the ice cream. It's not all jammy. It's like still vanilla ice
Yeah.
cream and then these hints of jam makes it pretty good.
See, I think I'm in the beginning parts of like what you're saying. Like I think I've only ordered it once and I've sampled it here and there. I don't dislike it. I think it's a good flavor. But I think also I'm not the biggest on flavors where vanilla is like the main component. I'm more of like a chocolatey or strawberry kind of base
Gotcha.
if we were going off of that. But I think, I mean, they have a winner with this one. I'm not surprised. It's always on tap. I actually like the oat clusters as my favorite part of the oat streusel or whatever they throw in there. Gives it a little
crunch, a little different texture.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little chewy crunch.
I really enjoyed it. It was really creamy, and the jam wasn't like too much. It wasn't too sweet. I liked it.
I haven't had this flavor in a long time, actually, and I just remember it's not one of my favorites.
You should have tried it today so you could remember.
I had a lot of ice cream.
Well, let's do ratings for the Brambleberry Crisp. It is part of my dynamic duo, so I'm going to give it an 8.8.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give it an 8. It was really good.
I'll give it like a 7.5.
Abstentia.
Like you don't have a rating?
Yeah, I can't give it a rating.
Boo. We'll move on. Back to salted peanut butter. This is the real star of the show. I think salted peanut butter, in my opinion, is the best flavor that Jeni's has.
It is.
And I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
Dang. Okay.
If you like peanut butter, you're really going to like this ice cream. It is salted, but it's not too much. It's just like a hint of salt. And then you're like, oh, I wouldn't expect to like have salty peanut butter, but it's really good. And then I'm not a huge fan of dark chocolate, but there's just hints of dark chocolate flecks throughout. Really enhance it overall. So 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I've given this as gifts to people, and they've said it tastes like a Reese's peanut butter.
It's good. I'm a fan of dark chocolate, love peanut butter, and these guys have all heard it before. I love the salty flavors because I love sodium. I will give it a 9.5, and only because the 10 out of 10 above it is my favorite flavor from Jeni's, salty caramel. The other salty, beautiful concoction that they've come up with.
I'm not a big fan of peanut butter. However, when I tried yours, it was really good. I did like how it was like a little bit salty. And the chocolate was just like a little sprinkle on top. I am going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, I was worried that you would be the one to give it a bad rating because you don't like peanut butter.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty good. I think the salted part helped a lot.
It's just like
Yeah.
interesting because I remember I tried Jeni's, I'm pretty sure with you guys when I visited Columbus at some point. And I was like, let me try the salty caramel because I know I like sea salt caramel is one of my favorite flavors of like sweet things. And when I tasted, like, I'm sure it has like little sea salt flecks. It's just magic. Like the sweetness and salt just brings out flavor in both of the flavors. Dang, I should have ordered that.
What flavors did you get, Marisol?
I got gooey butter cake, which is cream cheese ice cream layered with crumbles of vanilla cake and a swirl of caramel butterscotch sauce. I love when my ice cream has a lot of things in it. I really like this one. When I go get ice cream, I want something like super sweet. And surprisingly, I don't go to Jeni's that often. Like this is probably like my 3rd time that I've gone to Jeni's, and every time I have it, I always forget how good the ice cream is. Like I understand now why it's like so popular, because the flavors are like really rich, and like the ice cream itself is so creamy that I love it. It tasted exactly like cream cheese, and I could taste the caramel butterscotch sauce as well. I would give this one, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Dang.
Nice.
I really liked it.
That's crazy to me.
I really liked it.
It's so good though. I don't blame you.
What did you guys think?
I didn't taste it today, but I do remember the last time I had this one. It wasn't bad. I'd give it 7 out of 10.
I did not like this one at all. Like when I tasted it, it made my body go blah.
What?
I don't like caramel that much, and I guess I don't like butterscotch because those two flavors were really off-putting for me.
They're
I think
similar.
the cream cheese base would have been fine, but the caramel butterscotch sauce, I would never ever order that flavor, and I never want to try it again in my life.
Oh my god.
2.5.
Damn.
I will say with some of their flavors, they overdo it with the caramel, and unless you like love caramel,
I
Me.
do.
it can be too much.
It was super sweet.
Yeah, I will probably never order any of their flavors that have caramel. Like I think I've had the salted caramel before, but
Mhm.
that one is not like a sauce, right?
It's like, yeah.
So it's more mild
infused,
actually.
yeah.
So I actually do like that one, but when it's like the sauce, I'm like, ugh, too much.
I also really like this one. I like their. I'm realizing now I really do like their cream cheese flavors. I have a recommendation for you, Sam. If you like the cream cheese, you should get the everything but the bagel ice cream.
I've tried that one before.
It's like, sure, add some sweet and it's great, but when you add everything but the season. Okay, anyways, the gooey butter cake, I love the cream cheese ice cream flavor more so than I like vanilla flavored ice cream. If I had to choose a white colored ice cream, I love when they add crumbles of cake or brownie or whatever, so that vanilla cake adds a nice touch. And I'm a sucker for caramel. Butterscotch, I'm like, okay, but caramel steals the show for me. I think I've only ever ordered this one once before, but I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5 because I really do like it. I think it hits all the check marks for a good ice cream in my book. But that 1.5 leaves room for some of the other flavors that I've tried. Jeni's is just magic with the flavors they make, but 8.5.
And for the second scoop that I got honey vanilla bean. I'm basic Betty. I had to. Because the other one that I normally get is like mint chocolate chip, and they didn't have that. But made with fair trade vanilla bean that are warm and complex in flavor and a perfect partner for a touch of honey and grass graced milk. It was vanilla-y.
Yeah.
I could taste the honey a little bit on the end whenever I would have some. But I love vanilla, specifically vanilla bean. I always feel like it's a good base to any ice cream, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just vanilla ice cream. The thing I like about Jeni's is it doesn't taste artificial. Like you
Mhm.
actually taste that vanilla bean versus just vanilla flavor.
Yeah. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I don't really remember what this one tasted like. I think it was just very neutral.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to just rate it the neutral 5, similar to the first one. Like it was good. Like I could probably just eat it mindlessly, but I don't really think it stood out in any way.
Yeah, that it's their most neutral flavor. I agree. 5 out of 10.
I'm going to go 5.5 like the other neutral flavor that we had because I do like it more than the base vanilla you would get at the grocery store. But I can't quite decide if I like this vanilla bean more than like a French vanilla from other places, but it's a pretty good vanilla. Like I said, it's just not my go-to flavor.
Alrighty, and then Isabella got a flavor that we can all talk about. Her favorite ice cream that she gets every time we go. I actually don't have it ready.
You want me to read it?
Oh, I got it.
Got it.
The Wild Berry Lavender, which is an intensely fruity, brambly berry ice cream with a pop of sweet orange and lavender. I've had this one before because Bella gets it every single time. And I used to not like it, but today for the first time I was like, oh, this is actually good. Like I would probably, like, I might get this in the future. Well, no, I won't because like I said, I'll always only get my dynamic duo, but I'm not opposed to this ice cream anymore. I don't even know how to describe the flavor. Like it does taste like lavender. So if you don't like floral flavored things, you might not like this, but I don't know. Today it did it for me. I'm going to give it a 6.9.
Yeah, kind of similar to the... I haven't had this flavor in a while either. I do remember it wasn't one of my favorites, but I don't think it was bad from what I last remember. I'll have to go with the 6.5.
I thought I didn't like lavender, but I do like it a little bit. And it tasted a little bit like cereal milk. Ooh.
Yeah, if you've had
Like Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles leftover milk, it kind of tastes like that.
Yeah.
I do like that. When you frame it like that, I do like that.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, I guess I'm kind of in between some of the other flavors that I've ranked today. I think the lavender part of it was my favorite. I'm realizing that, Any one that has a slight thing of flowers, I like it because it intrigues me. Like it's interesting to me. Like I'm searching for that note in the taste buds. I'm gonna give it a 7.25 because I do like it as a whole, and I also love the color. The light purple adds a nice touch. I'm also realizing how important the color of the ice cream matters to my rankings too.
Like if it looks cute, it gets a better ranking.
For real. And honestly, like the brambleberry and the orange, like I didn't really care for, but like I said, when you frame it as like the cereal milk, I do care for it now. But it's like that with a little adult note of lavender. So 7.25. I actually ordered it once during peak summer when it was nice and hot. And it did hit the spot because it wasn't too much. And yeah, I could see myself ordering it again. Luna likes that flavor too.
She's so sad.
I know. She like walked away.
She's never made that wailing sound before.
Is she still trying to crawl under?
No.
She's right there though.
She's so sad.
Yeah, she also was barking when you guys were leaving yesterday
Yeah.
after
made
the eclipse, and she
noise.
never does that.
Yeah, like she kept it. We were walking and it's like, oh, she's like trying to say, hey, where are you going?
Yeah.
Normally you come to our
It was
house.
so sad.
That's her comeback noise.
Yeah.
Like her comeback bark.
She was like really high pitched.
But like, yeah, you could hear it from all the way across the yard. It was cool.
Because she'll do that when I go out to take out the trash. And as soon as I'm out of eyesight, she lets out that bark.
Mm.
Look, Luna, you can
It's-
still get pets
Aw,
right there.
It's her cry for help.
Without being in everybody's way.
If you weren't so crazy, you could be in here.
Look at her. She goes, "Urgh." Should we let her in?
I don't know.
Maybe she'll be good.
Mm.
We
I
gotta
know
make
she
space.
will. I know she'll be good today.
Okay, we'll give her a shot. Everyone deserves a second chance.
All right, Luna. Down.
Do they have any pup cup flavors or anything?
No.
Aw.
Yeah, they're strong buttermilk ice cream, so I'm sure they would ruin her stomach.
Okay, we gotta wrap up our Jenny's convo.
Okay.
Nice.
But yeah, Jenny's, I haven't gone that much this year, but it's one of my favorite places to go to. It's my favorite ice cream place. I like their variety, and I like just all the different flavors they come out with and the collabs. Like, I know another place that comes up a lot in Columbus is Graders.
Right.
My problem with Graders is you go there and it's chocolate with this, chocolate with that. And I'm
Mhm.
like, what if I don't want a flavor that has chocolate? And it's like, oh, well, sometimes we don't have a chocolate flavor. Whereas with Jenny's, it's like, if you want chocolate, get a chocolate flavor. If you don't get one. The salted peanut butter, in my opinion, is the best one. My favorite would be one of the winter ones, the peppermint white chocolate chip. Then the peanut butter. And then my third one is the mint chocolate chip.
Yay.
My least favorite flavor is the everything bagel, which is
Gosh.
they
Fair.
released it last year and then they released it the year before, and I think also the year before. So they
It's
come
a
out
recurring
with, yeah, it's a
flavor.
recurring like seasonal flavor. I don't know. It just tastes like the everything part of the bagel.
Yeah, it's crazy they made that into an ice cream, and it's crazy they keep bringing it back.
I mean, some people love it. I've seen on their Instagram where the comments are like, "Yes,
Yeah.
finally."
I think they bring it back every year because it's so controversial.
Yeah.
I think that one is one of their posts that will get the most comments every time they post it.
There's
Pretty
only
funny.
one other flavor that I actively disliked. It was a cognac gingerbread. I think- Cognac, yes. And it was just too gingery, too cognac. I don't even know what that flavor that is.
Cognac-y.
Like the liquor.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a liquor.
from France.
But it just was too strong, and I didn't like it. Like I said, a lot of them have caramel, and sometimes the caramel can make or break it. There's some where you get to the bottom and it's just all caramel syrup. And then there's others where like they just splash it in there, and every now and then you get a bite of it. Overall, good quality ice cream. It's a little pricey. My recommendation is check out your local Giant Eagle. See if they have pints of it, because that's the cheapest you're going to get it
Mhm.
anywhere.
It's still crazy though. I was thinking about that earlier. Back at the Giant Eagle, if just last year, they would always have them on sale for like $8, maybe
That's their
$9.
normal price, $8.
But you go now and they're like $10, $11, even
Yeah,
at
I
the
think
Jeni.
they went up.
It's crazy, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I'd say Jenny's is like artisanal ice cream. Like
Yes.
they're always
Mm.
innovating, coming out with new flavors, coming out with these like we said, interesting notes and putting flavors you wouldn't typically see in ice cream and making just delicious things. But if you are a basic Betty and you just want vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry ice cream, you might not like Jenny's. If you have elevated taste, then you're gonna like Jenny's.
Right, and I'm pretty sure it's a local company, right? Like it started in Columbus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it started in
believe so.
Columbus, but they're now like across the country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
you can find them in most major cities. Not all, but in a lot of major cities.
And if you don't have a scoop shop in your area, Jenny's also delivers. Like you can order online and they will ship it to you, still frozen. Worth trying. I've heard of people who aren't near one and they'll do it like for Christmas or like Thanksgiving. They'll order some of their favorite flavors. So it's cool to see a Columbus company kind of go nationwide like that, and especially in like the ice cream industry. I feel like you got the big names, Ben and Jerry's and stuff like that, that kind of hold a stronghold. But Jenny's tried and true. I'm a fan. I will always support you. And please make more caramel flavors because I love them.
Dude, like 50% of their flavors
Yeah.
are already caramel.
They have enough.
Yeah, they have enough.
I was gonna say another one I like is the skillet cinnamon roll, and I like it because when you open it, the whole top is all like that cinnamon sugar.
Alrighty, that's enough ice cream talk. Let's move on to our favorite segment.
Guess
that movie.
This week, it's my turn to choose the movie. I was just telling everyone that I feel like we've done so many of these that I can't remember if we've done this movie before or not. So I guess we'll find out. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Avatar.
Titanic. Anyways. Okay. A young man down on his luck soon comes into a fortunate situation. Some would say lucky. Finding his way unto his own fortune, he runs into an unsuspecting woman. Soon he finds himself with the world at his fingertips. This great gift can become troublesome, though. In the end, he realizes love is stronger than all the gold in the world.
I feel like it was a very generic description.
I mean, I feel like it could be accurate. Nothing is coming to the top of my head. I don't think we've done this movie before
Good.
because I don't know what it is.
I would think all of you have watched it, if not know about it.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay. No.
What did David guess?
Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, no. Definitely not that.
Can you read it again?
A young man down on his luck soon comes into a fortunate situation, some would say lucky. Finding his way unto his own fortune, he runs into an unsuspecting woman. Soon he finds himself with the world at his fingertips. This great gift can become troublesome, though. In the end, he realizes love is stronger than all the gold in the world.
I don't know if
Did I
it's
get
a
it?
movie.
I texted
but
an answer. Did I get it right?
No.
Dang
I
it.
feel like I know the lore that it's based off of, but maybe not.
No.
No.
What?
I guessed Hercules.
Yeah.
I was
David's
thinking like Greek,
Midas touch.
Midas touch, or I don't know if that's
Never
Greek.
heard of that.
The lore of Midas.
Did Oscar guess something?
No, I don't have
No.
any
Oh.
It's-
guesses.
It's anime.
Anime or animated?
Animated.
I feel like the Lucky.
Yes.
Because she said Lucky specifically.
There's something with the word lucky, but I don't know. I can't think of any movies that have like luck in them. I mean, I
It-
don't think this is it, but I'll put it anyway.
Is it King of the Hill with Lucky who slipped on the pee-pee at the Costco and got a settlement?
No. Sam guessed El Dorado.
That's what I was
Ooh.
thinking. But
That is a good guess.
that's two
So-
characters. Though.
Yeah.
Should I do
That
a
was like maybe
clue?
she's only describing one guy to throw us off. But what year?
His lover super hot.
Bad as hell.
Bad as hell.
Bad as hell. Curvy, and she
Girl
also
in
has a lot of
Eldorado's
power.
bad as hell too.
I just sent you a text.
Curvy as hell.
I spelled it wrong.
Bad as
Yes.
Okay.
hell. A lot of
Good job,
power.
Oscar.
What the heck?
Bad as hell. Immediately,
I was
Oscar.
like, oh, I know that.
I had
She
sent the
bad as
text
hell. I know
before
who
you
that
said
is.
that, but I was like, I have to agree.
I'm guessing
It's-
it's not a repeat movie.
It's not.
We've had some baddies.
We gotta do a battle of the baddies.
There are a couple of songs within the movie.
Is it a Disney movie?
It is.
Okay, bad as hell Disney
Bad as
movie.
hell.
And it's about a man,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and it's not Hercules. That girl was bad as hell too in Hercules.
And it's not Shrek. Ogre Fiona, bad as hell.
She is.
Shut
She's
up.
curvy.
She's thick. That's
She's
for sure.
big.
Do you have like a
Goodness.
year from around what
Let me
time?
see. Let me look it up. Because I just kind of was born and it was already existing.
So it's old.
Mm-hmm.
Bad as hell. Curvy.
It's from the 90s. Earlys. I would
Early
say.
90s.
Ooh,
There's not many.
that's what I'm thinking. I know the answer curvy, but we already guessed that one. Bug's Life.
Yeah.
What other clue can I give without giving it away?
Down on his luck. Gets lucky.
I'm gonna be the last one to get it today because I'm like so lost.
Daft Punk. I'm up the nut to the sun. To get lucky. What the heck could it be? I feel like I should know this too. I'm disappointed I didn't know like Oscar did based off Baddie.
It is hard to give a hint without
I
giving away the
know.
movie.
Without giving it away, come on, we
Yeah.
need a hint.
Oh.
Okay.
I was wondering like if you had any hints, but then now that I know the movie, I'm like,
I said she's bad as hell.
What else
It's
do you
like-
need to know?
Um,
Does it have to do with luck? Is luck a big part of the movie?
Early 90s.
I would say yes, but his luck ended up him finding this person.
I mean, yes, it has to do with luck, but the only reason is because he's a good, meaning person, pure. I don't know how to.
Because in the beginning, he's poor.
I
Mhm.
gathered that. That doesn't help me. It's
Um,
not Pinocchio. That wouldn't make any sense. There's no bad as hell girls.
Just donkeys.
Should I be like, okay, his lover is one of the princesses. Princesses? Princesses.
Oh, is it this corny old corn?
Wait a minute, don't tell me.
Yes.
Corny. I haven't seen this movie. I don't know if I've ever actually seen this movie.
Have I seen this movie?
I feel like you
I
have.
would think so.
David.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It's kind of a travesty. I haven't seen it, or I just don't remember seeing it.
A poor dude that bags a princess and she's bad as hell.
Bad.
Curvy.
Super bad.
Curvy.
Yeah,
Are
I
they
saw this movie
humans? Are
last
these
year.
characters humans?
They are.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
What
are.
the hell?
Unfortunately.
Not all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of the characters are not human.
Yeah, one of the main characters is not human.
I need more hints.
I want to give one, but it's gonna be so obvious if I give it.
I mean, like, at this point, you could give me an obvious hint.
There's a famous actor in it.
Who?
Who voices?
Yeah,
Yeah.
famous comedian.
Oh. I was like, what?
Jack Black.
No,
Not
but
Jack Black.
another comedian who's very animated. The
He
way
did.
He did pass away a few years ago.
I don't know comedians like that.
let's see.
You would know him.
The
Though.
Tim Robinson dude.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
William.
Yeah.
Not Tim
Will
Robinson.
Yeah,
Robinson.
William.
Yeah,
Robin.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Robin.
yeah.
Robin Williams. Is it Robin Hood?
No.
No.
Mhm.
Because that's a fox. He's not a human.
Should I give a real obvious hint?
Yeah.
Big blue motherfucker.
A big blue mo sucker.
I don't think I know this movie.
What?
Oh.
What does that mean?
There was a remake.
There was a remake, and Will Smith was in it.
Men in Black.
His friend who helps him
gives him
is magical.
3 wishes.
Oh, the Genie movie.
Hey.
Aladdin.
Yes.
Mm.
Luna, we know.
I
You
know
knew it before
Luna.
Sam. We know.
Yeah, I think I've seen that movie. No, I've definitely seen that movie at least once. But it's not one of my most prominent
Yeah.
Disney movies in my
Really?
head. That was a good description, though.
I've seen that movie like 20 times. As a matter of fact, I'll probably see it again tonight.
Dang. 20
She's-
times, and that's the description you gave us?
Jasmine,
That description.
No,
is
that was
super.
a good description, honestly, because Aladdin
I
is the
wasn't
main
sure
character,
how to
and
be
he
like-
does bag a princess.
I was like,
And
if
she
I
is
put
bad
this,
as hell.
they'll know.
It's just the only thing was like there was like no plot points, I feel like.
Couldn't remember either.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck happened?
Also, I don't know the plot because I just know the dude died.
Mm.
Well, yeah, the
Drives a
plot, I
carpet.
mean, she's right. He gets lucky. He finds the genie. The
Mhm.
genie makes him look like a prince, and so then he bags the princess.
Bad as hell.
Oh, did he? What was the gold thing? Did he get a lot of gold, or because he was gonna marry into the?
No.
He made it seem like he was a prince.
He was tricked by the
Jafar.
emperor's assistant advisor to go into this like cave that only someone of pure heart could go into.
Mm.
And if you had any like selfishness or greed, you would automatically like be killed. And so he was the only person that could go into the cave,
Mm.
and that's where he found the genie's lamp. And I forget what his wish was specifically, but yeah, it was like to make him a prince for a day, and then
Yeah, because he couldn't wish for love or money or death. I think those were like the 3
Oh.
rules. So
I
he
was-
couldn't wish for the princess to fall in love with him.
Okay, I was gonna say like he's at an exercise. My ass would have said,
Mhm.
"Give me a baddie, a rich one at that."
His 3rd wish was for Genie to be free.
Oh, that is. I would say go back in the lab. I need some new shoes.
I think it's funny how you guys are like big blue motherfucker. I was like, I
He's
don't
big.
get
He's
it.
real big.
R.I.P. Robin Williams? Is that his
Yeah,
name? Okay.
rip.
Rip.
I said Tim Robbins.
Tim Robinson. I was like, "What? I think you should leave, guy."
I didn't
like,
know the
he's-
guy's name.
He'd be a little young.
We're like, it has a remake. Men in,
The Will Smith.
what did you
I
say?
said Men in Black.
Men in Black.
That's the first Will Smith movie I think of. That was a good description.
Good stuff.
Where's the applause? Oh, no, it's not it. No. I moved the buttons on the soundboard.
Nope.
I think it's this one.
Yeah. Hit it again, Sam. For Sam finding the button. Yeah.
I think he meant this one.
That was a good one to guess wrong at first.
Alrighty, we can move on. Before we get to our main game, because I think we're going to do food trivia today.
Ooh.
Do we have any other topics? I know, Oscar, you have one that I told you to write down earlier.
Yes.
Oh,
my gosh.
What
There's
happened?
gonna be some juicy stuff.
This is a good one.
Uh-huh.
So
I'm nervous.
today, kind of a little background, right? It's Tuesday, and it was kind of like we talked about doing a pod today, and it was last minute. So David's like, "Hey, I'll be ready in like 10 minutes. I got to throw some laundry in." Whatever. He's like on his way home. We get to his house, and he's like, "I need 5 more minutes." He's still upstairs doing whatever he's doing. Then he comes down with the laundry after like 10 minutes already.
Dirty laundry. Still.
Dirty laundry. He walks into the living room, takes off his slides, puts on his Crocs, and then goes to the basement.
Okay.
So the question is, do you have a separate pair of shoes to go downstairs
I
and
do have-
another pair of shoes for the house?
I have basement shoes, yes.
What the heck, David? You are psycho.
Dude. Okay, so
How is the floor any different? You have a finished basement.
Yeah.
have you been to our basement?
Yeah, we went down there today.
It's dusty and it floods and it gets gross, and so I don't want to carry that dust and wet and gross into the bathroom. And so I
You
switched
guys know
shoes.
how he is. Why are you surprised?
It was just crazy because I get having inside shoes versus your outside shoes and not wearing your outside shoes around the house. But the fact that he came to the living room from being upstairs to put on different shoes to then walk downstairs was crazy to me.
When you did that, were you like, I'm about to get roasted?
Well, yeah, I mean,
We didn't make a comment about it at his house. As soon as David left the room, I was like, Oscar, write that down so we can bring it up on the pod.
but I knew they were gonna call it because what happened was I came home, I had to go shave, and so I did put my indoor shoes so I could go into the bathroom and shave. But then they got there, and I was like, oh snap! Like I know I'm gonna have to go get my basement shoes, and they're gonna see me switch shoes, and I have to be like, oh hey, what's up guys? And they were like, you still haven't done that yet? And I was like, maybe they'll be distracted by this conversation.
The sole reason he went into the living room was to change his shoes. We were like, what the heck just happened?
Because he walked in and I'm like, why is he holding his laundry? The laundry machine isn't in here.
Yeah, I was like, is he going outside or what?
I was like, they'll be distracted by this big pile of laundry I have in my arms.
We almost were, but then Oscar was like, did he just change his shoes? And I was like, yeah.
I think he's also said, like, when he takes his basket down there and, like, if something clean falls on the floor, like, he has to wash it again.
Yeah, you did say
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah, and I did drop a couple socks, but
There's some
thankfully,
socks in there. I was like, maybe he just, like,
well, I dropped them. I'll make a mental note, and the next time I do another wash of that color, I'll be like, all right, I'll reach between the dryer and the washer, and
there's like 4 in
It's
there.
a storage spot.
there was
Do
a
you
lot, but
leave them in between?
He does.
I don't want to carry them back
You
upstairs.
can
Come
just throw
on.
them on the floor.
Huh? Well, yeah, they're in between on the floor.
Just saying, it's a little storage spot. It makes it look a little more tidy. It's not out on the floor, I guess.
There's one behind that
It's not
It's
like you're
hard to get-
taking
I don't
dates
even know
downstairs.
how it got behind.
I don't know either. Well, so because I always lay my dirty clothes on the dryer, like on the top, so that I can load it into the washer. And since it's such a long laundry bag, it hangs off, and sometimes they'll fall into that crack. And I think one just really fell back. So, woe is me.
See, freaking our basement isn't finished. It's just like dirt down there.
Oh, okay, I see what
sometimes-
you mean by finished. Okay,
When I'm like too lazy to go upstairs and get my shoes, I just go down in my socks.
Oh,
that's crazy.
yeah. I think I do put on shoes to go down there. Like even at least my like indoor shoes.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there are mats,
I was
and
gonna
it's,
say.
I did put mats all over it, but there's still dirt parts.
Yeah.
And it's not like I walk around in those socks. It's like I go down there,
Get what you need.
get what I need, and then I like take my socks off. Or
Sure,
Okay.
you do.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, because
every
once-
time.
because once I know there's like dirt on it, now I'm like, I don't want to be walking around in these.
That's how I am with my shoes. See, it makes sense.
But not in
I don't know
shoes.
about that.
Like I just won't even wear my. Well, I don't know. I just don't wear my shoes upstairs. The point is, I think having another pair of shoes to go to the basement is a little excessive.
Yeah.
You do you, David.
We're not going to tell you what to do. We just wanted to point it out, question
no,
you
I
on the
feel
pod.
I mean, but we know how you are, so it's not
Yeah.
weird.
Like I said, I think it's got to be some like OCD or something, because it's like the way I compartmentalize. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to the basement.
That's what I said when I was at your house. I told Oscar the OCD in that boy.
It's like, and it's just like little random things like that.
It's crazy because when you tell me these things that you do, I'm like, I'm sure there's sometimes that he doesn't do these things, but now I'm like, no, he religiously like
It's
does
like-
these things.
It's like, yeah,
There's
it's
no
unfortunately
other way to do it.
I have been trying to fight against it, I guess, quote unquote, because yeah, I'm like, all right, I should really not care that much about it. And so sometimes I will force myself. Like if something falls on the table and I really want to eat it, normally I'd be like, it's lost, it's done. But recently, if it's something really tasty and it's like a salad, I might still eat it.
Even on the table.
Like I'm thinking more so like in public, like on a public,
okay.
even if it was just like wiped down. I don't know. Ugh.
Yeah.
What
In
if it
public-
was like a piece of carrot?
Ooh, that's
What?
an interesting one because it's like solid, but it's
There's
if
like
it's
a-
sweating in a bag, it could
Right.
be wet. I don't love carrots, so I think I can. But if I loved carrots,
But if it was a chicken nugget, you'd be like, I'm eating that bitch.
Okay, so that's actually one, like a Chick-fil-A nugget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bite the bullet and bite the chicken probably.
Okay, so if it's a piece of sushi.
Tough. Oh, I hope it falls right side down because I'll eat the meat.
Nope, meat down.
Depends on how much I paid for it.
A piece of sashimi.
Ugh. Is it mackerel?
It's octopus.
It's salmon.
Oh, wet.
It's a wet salmon sashimi.
Yeah.
Dropped it on the table, but it's like $2 a pop.
Yeah.
Especially if we go to a sushi restaurant, we're waiting because the artistic sushi guy is making it. I'm gonna respect art, and I'm gonna eat it, but I will wipe it, re-dip it in soy sauce, and then hopefully that will cover. I'm scared of like the dirt, the grittiness, you know, like when you go to the beach and you taste sand. Ugh.
And to think, David, when we were kids, we were like, yeah, we're born of the year of the rat. We'll eat anything off the ground.
I know. I was like that my whole life until the pandemic. And then something changed.
Mm-hmm. Something broke in
Something
you.
broke in me. And now I have all these random things. Well, I had some signs of the OCD, I think, before.
Like what?
Like the craziest one, I remember the day it happened to. And actually, I'm talking about it on the pod because I think it's one of the things that bars me from reading consistently. When I'm reading a book, more often than not, I have to count how many words are in each sentence.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Yeah. So like if I'm reading
every single sentence?
I fight it and try to skip around and like, I'm like, oh, I don't need to. But if it seems like it's an important sentence and you know me, I feel like everything I read is important. I'm going to be like, oh, they're like, oh, whatever. I went to the candy shop and met the love of my life. But I'll count them by 2. So I'll be like, oh, that was 15 words.
No wonder it's taking you like a year to read.
But what do you do with that information?
Nothing.
I think it just helps you.
No, it doesn't help. I think that's the obsessive
No, I mean, yeah, it helps. Like you need to do it.
Yeah, it's like a habit thing. I've been fighting it more, and that's why I did finish that book.
Yeah.
I guess why do you think you started doing that?
Okay, actually, I think my theory is since most of the reading I was doing in college, and like I said, my major was industrial labor relations, ILR, and the whole joke is ILR stands for I love reading. So all of our homework was just read pages and pages and pages. And I think it started with me being like, oh, I need 8 more pages to finish the chapter. And then the next chapter I need whatever. And so it was kind of like a countdown and like kind of like my study method. And then for some reason, I know it happened. I think it was my senior year in college. I was at a Moe's, the burrito place. And I was like reading the ingredients. And I caught myself counting the words in the menu, and I was like, why am I doing that? And then from then on, just any sentence I read, I feel like
That's crazy.
It's crazy because I'm like, I feel like I want to know how many, especially if it's a long sentence, I'm like, oh, that's 37. Well, no, I'm not guessing it, but I'm like, I need to know how many there is. And then I'm like, oh, 37.
You're like, oh, that was a long one. I wonder how many words it was.
And then
so you're essentially reading each sentence twice, once normally and then once to count the words? Or are you counting as you're reading it? No. I will read it again, and sometimes I'll mess up. And so I think that was 18, but I don't know if it was 18 or 20. So I have to start over. It's so weird, and I wish I knew why I did it. And it's one of those things where it feels like I could just stop doing it. And I think I can fight it off for a bit. But then, I don't know. I need to see a shrink. Oh my goodness.
So do you count the words of any sentence? Like, let's say there's a sign and you're reading
signs, less so, but like subtitles, yes. Like we were watching Scott Pilgrim the other day.
Yeah.
Here's how I know I'm not a bad reader, because I'll read the sentence fast enough to where I'll finish the sentence
and then read it again to count the words,
and then count them, and I'll be like, oh, damn, there was 12 in that one, and then like keep moving.
It's like a little game.
It's like maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've rated it in my mind that it's like a game. So I need to stop, but
I feel like we just learned your deepest, darkest secret.
It's pretty, and I've like kept it to myself.
Have you ever told anybody this before?
I never.
I feel like I know you better as a person now, as a human.
What about dialogue in a video game? Do you do it there too?
Yes. So like, especially when it's like scrolling like that.
And it's probably like subconscious now. Like you're not even,
Yeah.
you just like do it.
Yeah.
Dang, I
It's
can't
really,
imagine
it's so, and it, you know, Howie Mandel, the guy from Deal or No Deal. So he talks a lot about having obsessive compulsive disorder
Uh-huh.
and like his little quirks and stuff. So I'm like, one of the things they say is like, it has to be kind of like, debilitating or whatever. So I'm like, it's annoying. And I'm aware that it's annoying that I do it. Only annoying to me. So I'm like, it's not hurting anyone. I never
Right.
like bring it up. Like when we're watching a movie, fine, I'll let it rock. But ask Sadi, like when we're watching like a show like King of the Hill or something,
Mhm.
when I'm watching a show by myself, I will rewind something like 3 or 4 times sometimes. Sometimes just to count the words, sometimes to rehear what they say, sometimes to see kind of how the actors and stuff present it. So I have to be the most annoying person to watch Netflix with.
That's
And so I don't know, it's something where I'm like, I probably should address it before it evolves into something or devolves into something worse, but I don't know. I've kept it.
wow.
Damn, this is crazy that I'm talking
Wow.
about this.
Now all of our listeners know about it too.
They're like, what the heck? This guy's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't feel cumbersome enough where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like hopeless or
Yeah.
Or
It's not like all consuming your life or anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So
think
that's
if
good.
I can put a pause on it where I'm
Yeah.
like,
As long as it's not disrupting your life or
Yeah.
the life
Yeah.
of others.
but yeah, I don't know. And then the other side is just kind of like the more cleanliness, which is like what I feel like people tend to associate OCD with.
Mhm.
So like Marisol can attest. We go through soap fast because sometimes in one go I can wash my hands like 3, 4, 5 times.
Well, sometimes he'll like use the restroom. I hear him wash his hands.
Mhm.
He'll get out of the bathroom, go downstairs to the kitchen, and then he's washing his hands in the sink again.
That one is weird, and it's almost like the room change. Maybe it's the compartmentalizing, and I'm like,
Wait a minute.
Yes. No, you're not confused.
no, it's exactly what it sounds like.
But well, I can't even compute. Wait, so in your mind, is that also something you just subconsciously did? Or
It's
are you
got
like, oh, now I gotta walk downstairs and wash my hands?
No, it is kind of autopilot, I would say.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like he doesn't even notice he's doing it. He just does it so often. Like, out of the bathroom, wash his hand, like leaves the bathroom, goes downstairs, wash his hands again.
Yeah, that's the weirdest one when it's like immediate. And that's where it is the autopilot. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'll touch something or I'll prepare something. And then that makes sense. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, icky, whatever.
Because we've seen him, like, whenever you guys come over, like, when he comes from upstairs, he'll, like, wash his hands.
Yeah.
I guess I would have
Yeah.
never noticed, but
I guess I'm so used to it, too, now that I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
like...
probably like, yeah, you've
This
been
is
living
normal?
with me for like 2 years. So it's like, I'm surprised you don't call it. But yeah, you're probably also just like, I think part of it too, the weirdest one is definitely because I'll be halfway through washing my hands the second time, like,
why am I
oh,
washing
why am
them
I
again?
washing them again? But sometimes I think it is, I like the feel of the paper towel. And we don't have paper towels in the bathroom. But there's not a reason for me to wash my hands again because I'll just, in the bathroom, just wipe it on my pants or something.
So I've seen videos like just on Instagram Reels or TikTok of people with OCD and like voiceovers or whatever.
Mhm.
And in their minds, they're like, I have to flip the light switch this many times or else my family's going to die. Like that's the
Oh,
feeling
no.
they have. But
Damn,
you don't
Sam,
feel like that.
You just gave me a new one. Thanks.
No. But you don't feel like an impending doom if something doesn't happen, right?
No, not impending doom. That's why I'm like, it's not like
Mhm.
corrupting my life.
Right.
But it just,
I just think it would feel, like, weird to you. Like, if when you come down, I think you're just go to wash your hands again. But
Mhm.
I just think you do it because it's become such a routine.
yeah, now it's
I
like
don't
I've
think
trained myself.
he's doing it because he's like, something bad's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Okay.
I think part of it's also the numbers is a thing for me too. Like obviously I've talked about like volume has to be on evens or divisible by 5.
Yeah, which I think
That
that
one's
one's
more
more
normal.
normal. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that. I like having my volume in those increments as well.
But like the light switch one, when I'm leaving my car, I have to lock it either 3 or 5 times.
God dang.
And so it is weird if I decide 5 for some reason, because then if someone's watching me, they're like, why is this guy locking his car so much?
No,
No,
it's
I feel like a lot
normal.
of people
Yeah.
do that.
Where like, and that one, yeah, it's more easily just because it's a security thing, so people are like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like if I did it 4 times and then I walked a little far away and I didn't hear the 5th one, I might be uncomfortable enough to like walk back to where I'm in range and hit it that 5th time.
Damn.
So it's like not life corrupting, but it's
But
just a
you do
nuisance.
feel an uncomfort or like
Yeah, I would say it's like
a nagging in your head.
yeah.
It's like an unfinished
Mm-hmm.
kind of deal.
Yeah. Like yeah, not someone's gonna die. I'm not gonna die,
Okay.
but it's like
Yeah,
like I want to wash my hands type thing. Like that's so uncomfortable. I need to wash my hands. Ooh.
Okay.
I
One oh go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sorry. I saw like a video the other day where it's this girl also said like whenever she turns off or make sure that the oven or the stove is like turned off, she'll take a picture of it. just so she can like see
Tell
it
herself later,
Yeah,
like,
tell
it's
herself
off.
later. Like, no, you're not crazy. Look, it's off. But she says that even when she takes a picture of it, she's like, I don't know if I turned it off.
Oh my god.
Yes. So I also kind of feel that too. But for me, it's like locking the door.
Yeah.
And so I came across a reel like a year ago or 2 where it's like, oh, if you often don't know if you locked the door or didn't do something, when you do it, do something weird so that you can be like, oh, did I lock the door or not? Like, oh yeah, I did the wave after I locked the door, and then you'll remember.
Have you done something weird?
You like
Yeah.
do the jerk.
Or well, okay, not like crazy. I would
The
just
stinky leg.
Do the splits.
like as I'm walking to my car, I'll be like, let me.
He hits the Dougie real quick.
Did I lock the door? Oh yeah, I hit the pin drop real quick. I came back up, checked it. It
What's
was
the
good.
one where they like
The
The
death
death drop.
yeah.
Did I lock the door? Oh yeah, I did the death drop earlier.
It's like I'm on the way to the hospital in the ambulance. Like, did I lock the? Oh yeah, that's why I'm in the ambulance. I death dropped.
Did I turn the oven off? I did. I did the worm.
That'd be a good one
Out
too.
of the door. No, but I'll do like if I'm going like on a road trip or like if I'm leaving for a long time, I will do like all right, just so I know for sure I locked it. I'll like a little quick double clap or something, or like and I'm like, oh, I did do it.
Okay.
Damn, I'm
So-
gonna start doing that now.
It's funny because I do sometimes think, oh, did I forget to lock this door downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I've ever left the house and said, did I lock the front door? I'm always confident that I've locked
Like
it.
when you leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like instinct. It's like when I get in
Yeah.
a car, the first thing I do is put my seatbelt on. It's the same thing when I leave the house. The
It's
first
like-
thing I do is I lock the door.
Yeah.
Like it's a natural reaction.
So I will say one thing that has helped with that is the Ring camera, because I can like
You can
if
just
I
go and check.
be like, I'm pretty sure. The only thing is sometimes it cuts off too fast, or like if I open the door and then put my shoes on,
Yeah.
then it'll stop recording, and then that's when I'm like, did I lock the door? But most of the times it'll catch me like locking.
Yeah.
the door. I'm like, okay.
So you've checked yourself like on the Ring camera to make sure that you've locked the
I
door.
have in the past. I don't do that one as often as like the other
Okay.
stuff. But like, I mean, sometimes you guys will pick me up, and it's like I haven't even gone out the back door in days. But like, I'll come out, I'll run inside just to make sure that the back door's locked, and then I'll lock the door because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't
That's
want no
what
one
he
to steal my
thinks
stuff.
When we go pick you up, we'll see you open the front door and then we'll see you close it and go back inside. And I'm like, what could he be doing?
And when it's the quick ones, it's I just run to the back, check the door, and then come back out.
I don't even know if I want to say this because I might make it even longer of a process. When you
Uh-oh.
run to the back door, are you wearing your outdoor shoes?
Well, you're not going all the way out.
So I'm with my outdoor shoes. I understand, especially when we have people over, and I'm like, I can have outdoor shoes on the first floor.
Okay.
So
So you're not as worried about that.
if no one's waiting on me,
You would
I am
change them.
liable to change.
Okay.
Or if I'm like, let me also go check something upstairs. But I guess that's another step, so it's different.
Yeah.
But like, or sometimes I'll even put my shoes on, and I'm like, these are my stinky shoes, and let me go wash my hands. So with my shoes on, I'll go to the kitchen, wash my hands, and I get to leave with a wet paper towel that I can use as a wet nap until it
I
dries up.
said these are my stinky shoes, and I touched them with my hands to put them on my feet. So now they got to be washed.
They're like, I either have to do that, or when I get in my car, I always have hand sanitizer, and I go through tons of hand sanitizer.
Oh,
too.
I'm sure.
Because every time I pick up an order or something or touch anything, I'm like, ooh. I have to get the aloe one because if not, my hands get dry.
I'm sure. Oh my gosh.
So,
That leads us to BetterHelp.
yeah, you're right. Sponsor us, please.
I had one more OCD thing But I also am like, if I tell you these things, are you going to start doing
I know,
them?
because it's almost making me think like
nervous.
No, there was one where you were the counting the how many words there are in a sentence. I was like,
That's crazy.
that sounds like that would be like
a
nice.
chore. Oh,
I don't know.
Nice.
I was
Is
like,
it nice?
Sounds like it would be
I'd be
nice.
like, I can see myself doing that. And I'm like,
I might try it just
I
to
might just
see.
try
And then
it.
I might get hooked. It's like heroin.
So
see, to me that sounds annoying. It's like there's an extra step to reading.
it is annoying. It's more so annoying when I'm watching Netflix or something or movies. I think that's part of the reason I enjoy Twitch streams more so than watching Netflix, because it's live. It happens. There's no subtitles. It's like I just get to be.
but you can
present.
turn off the subtitles.
You know
and,
what's
like,
also
But
like
I
that.
also that.
But you
annoys
know
me-
you
that-
can.
I can't. No, like that annoys me more. Like if I have the option for captions,
You want them
I
on.
need them on. Because if not, I'm gonna be like, dang, how many words did that guy just spit?
You know what you could also listen to without worrying about subtitles and counting words? Our podcast,
I do enjoy podcasts for that reason too.
but not ours.
Uh,
It's just like you listen to other podcasts, so just replace that time
You
with
should have been
our
like-
podcast.
You should have been like, I just don't know if I feel like if I listen to our podcast, everyone's gonna die. That
ooh,
would have been an event.
what she said.
No, no. The last OCD thing I was gonna say is my boyfriend from high school. He used to do this thing, and it would annoy me, but I was like, I should just let him do it. Whatever. If he was going like up or down the steps, let's say he's going down the steps and then halfway through he realizes he needs to go upstairs for something. He can't stop halfway through. He has to touch every single step on the way down and then go
What?
back up.
Interesting.
That's
And like he
wild.
doesn't skip steps. He has to touch every single step.
Ooh, okay.
So once he starts going down, he has to touch
It's
all
like-
of them. And then once he's going up, he has to touch all
So
of
he
them.
can't
Full
do like
commitment.
2 steps going up.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
He has to touch every single step.
So like, have you ever caught him? You know, like it's like those steps where it's like 2 flights, where it's like 1 and then turn a corner and then go down. Like, have you ever? Maybe you wouldn't even remember this, but like, if he is like a quarter of the way down and he goes, shoot, I forgot something, he would have to come all the way down.
Yeah,
and
he
then
would.
go all the way-
That's happened. He would go all the way down, and then I'd be like, let's just go, like turn around without going all the way down. And he's like, no, I have to touch all the steps.
Oh, because you guys were going like if you guys
Like
were
if we were both going
public
down the
steps.
stairs together, and then
Oh.
I was like, we had to turn around for something. I would just turn around mid steps, and he's like, I have to go to the bottom
and then
and then go
have
back
to come
up.
up. I feel it because like, dang, I think I picked the vanilla one. Thanks. No, no, but it's just like one of those things where like everyone's quirks. It's like it is weird or it is odd, but I get it just because I know how I am,
Yeah.
and maybe this is some awareness. So
I can't think
That's
if I do
crazy.
something weird like that.
See, I had this thought during Thanksgiving. Well, I had it because of Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
I feel that I sometimes have OCD
Tendencies.
but when I'm too lazy, I won't maintain them. Like there'll be times where I'm like, it's too much work.
Mhm.
And the reason I think this is because when we were back home for Thanksgiving, there was a moment where I was sitting at a table and our cousin Martin was sitting across, and there was a
Mhm.
tipped over empty bottle, like a 2-liter bottle. And it was bothering me that it was tipped over. So I like stood it up, and he saw me do that. So he like knocked it down, and I was like, just looked at him like, what the hell? And then I didn't pick it up. He's like, oh, I thought you were going to pick it up. Like, I thought your OCD was acting up. And I was like, yeah, when I sat down, it was bothering me that it was tilted over.
Yeah.
And so I had to stand it up. But the fact that I saw him knock it down because of that, I was like, I'm not picking that shit
It's
up.
like yeah, like you're not gonna feed into it. It's like, oh, it was annoying at first, but because it was someone actively did it,
Yeah.
like you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you were present for it being knocked down. You're like,
I thought of one.
what do you got?
Okay. So my main thing is like knocking on like whatever. It doesn't even have to be on wood, but in my head I'm like anything will be wood whenever I knock on it. So whenever I think of something bad happens, or I hear that something bad could happen, I like knock.
Yeah.
Or even sometimes when like we split the pole like as a group.
Oh, I do that one.
Sam loves to split the pole.
I don't
Oh,
love
She's
splitting the
unaware.
pole.
But,
I'm
like-
just not conscious of the
Yeah.
poles
Yeah, yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I don't care about the
Yeah.
theory of splitting the pole.
But I
Uh-huh.
don't want to like look weird, so I just I will like knock on my leg.
Well, I'll give you another one too. This is probably worse, but they say to do that is to knock on wood or say two things that go together. So I always be like salt and pepper. But I'll say under my breath. So if anyone ever splits a poll and you see me turn my head, it's because I'm going like car and road. Like I'm just saying like two random things that go together.
He's like peanut butter.
Oh my
See,
God.
I actually think peanut butter and jelly, and that's it.
Yeah.
That one just has
Can
so
I
many
move on?
words. Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, I
You
just
know,
I
you
just
sound
like
bad.
knock on my leg, and then I move on with my life.
See, I just knock on my. Never mind. On my wood. No.
He's like, I got wood with me all the time.
Oh. It's like, Bella, what's wrong with you? She's just walking down with her head all the way down.
Bella
Moping.
said when someone splits the pole with her, she thinks that they hate her.
And they do. I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. That was a
Yeah.
lot longer of a conversation than I thought. But Oscar's over here with an ominous bowl covered in.
What?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna eat this.
Oh.
I was just waiting for a pause so I could unfold it.
I was like, is he trying to feed us something?
No, I haven't eaten.
Bro.
Ew, what
The
is
raw
that?
glizzers.
Oscar has this ominous bowl that he just uncovered from foil. We thought he was going to share something with us. It's just two big ass sausages.
Dude,
They
chicken
sound like-
He's
sausages.
putting the sausage in his mouth.
They had some crunch to them, too.
It's not for us to try. He's just eating his dinner.
I don't want to try it.
You
It's
can
cold.
try it.
It looks really good.
It's really good. I just started making the chicken sausages in the air fryer, and it makes them perfect every single time. Because the problem with these sausages is you can either undercook them or overcook them. When you undercook them, I mean, they're raw. When you
You'll
overcook
die.
them, they're dry. There's no juice. This is perfect. They're like nice and juicy. But I haven't ate today. Like,
Because we didn't do like dinner.
yeah,
We did that,
because at work, all I had was a Kit Kat and a Twix. So that's all I ate until, I left at 6. I get home and I have 2 slices of pizza, and then we go out for ice cream. And I'm like, none of this is like filling food.
Yeah.
So
Pobrecito.
That's why I try to give you guys a heads up in case I was like, you guys want to eat real dinner or something.
Yeah.
But I know Oscar was coming from work. All right, before we move on, this is my OCD acting up again. I would just want to put a little bow on top of that section and say, I do feel kind of better that I've spoken it out. It kind of feels like a weight off of my shoulders.
That's good.
It is weird. It is weird because I've never really like spoken about, like I've spoken in pieces. So maybe like Sadi or like some other people. But I'm glad it's out there. And if anyone ever questions, I can be like, just listen to this section of the pod. You'll get to understand me a little bit better.
Yeah.
It does look bussin'.
it's really good.
Are we doing food trivia?
That's what I thought that was going to be part of food trivia. I was like, are we going to have to guess what we're eating?
How many questions did you have?
Like 11.
I think we could probably still do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So the main segment we had planned today, Oscar came up with some trivia. Go ahead and give us an explanation, Oscar.
Thank you. So tonight we have 3 contestants trying out food trivia.
Woo!
Woo!
We need like a cheering, like whoop whoop.
Yeah. All right. So these are 3. Oh, no, it's only 9, not 11. So it's 9 questions. And I tried to find interesting food related questions that maybe we haven't heard of before. Like maybe you wouldn't know the answer to. So let's start with our first question. What is the most stolen grocery store item? Marisol?
Milk?
No. Sam?
Gum.
No. David?
Bread?
Nope.
Let us keep
Yeah, let's keep guessing. I was going to say milk is heavy.
Right. Milk is not going to be the most stolen item.
Yes, Sam?
Meat?
No.
Ooh, that'd
Wait,
be a good one. Like
It's
price
food.
wise.
It's food.
It's food. Okay.
I'll give you a hint. Something that you will most likely always get in the fridge aisle.
Eggs?
No.
Those are big. Yeah.
Cookie dough?
No. Something that vegetarians could eat,
Onion. No, not onion.
but not vegans.
Oh.
Sam?
Cheese?
Nice. What?
So this one may be outdated, but according to a 2011 UK study, they found that cheese was the most stolen item.
The British.
Interesting.
The British.
The British out there stealing the cheese.
Choice.
Yeah, I mean, something easy to steal. It's relatively cheap. Like, the grocery store's not going to chase after you for it.
Right. I wonder if it's like cheese slices, like blocks of cheese,
Shredded?
probably.
So
We need
many
more
options.
Fresh mozzarella.
For a ball of mozzarella. Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number 2. Even though nut is in peanuts, they are not classified as nuts. What are peanuts classified, David?
A legume.
Boo.
Yep, legumes or beans. So technically,
Dislike.
yeah. So what? Peanut butter is technically bean paste. All right. This one actually has 2 answers. Why are bags of chips so inflated? Sam.
So that the chips don't get crushed.
So that's one
Yes.
part of it. Isabella. Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, that's a
She
good
said
guess.
so the bags look fuller. Delayed. I don't know who raised their hand first. I thought I saw David.
For freshness reasons? Oh,
Yes.
nice.
So the bags are so inflated because they contain nitrogen and it helps protect the chips from going stale. If they were filled with air, they would actually just be stale as soon as you open them.
That makes sense.
Wow. I feel like that's a fact nobody knows.
Mhm.
We need to like publicize that so people stop complaining about how
Because-
much open space there is in chip
Yeah.
bags. Because if like you knew it was to prevent them from going stale, I'm not going to complain about it anymore
Yeah.
because I don't want stale chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas
And-
we're always like those greedy companies don't want to
Yeah.
give us more chip.
Underfilling the bag, it's half full.
And yeah, it's also to protect the chips because, when they're moving them from A to B, they're not careful with that. So
Mhm.
it's very easy to just get a bag of crumbs. All right. Question number 4. What was the first vegetable grown in space? Marisol?
Is it tomatoes?
Oh, that was my guess.
Sam?
Onions.
No. David?
Potato?
I was gonna say potato.
Dang it.
I thought you were too. And
I
then
know.
you threw
I
out the
thought
T.
about it. I'm like, there's no way they're growing potatoes up there.
I thought it was tomato, but
So, okay, supposedly the potato was first grown in space in October of 1995. I say supposedly because I couldn't find a legit source that said it. So I could find a bunch of like articles that referred to something that NASA did, but I couldn't find anything that NASA was like, yeah, we did this.
they never admitted to the potato.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking onions because onions can be very easy to grow. Like
Yeah.
you just put it in some water and it starts growing.
And it's kind of the same thing with potatoes. They're very resilient and easy to grow. So let's see. Question number 5. One of these is not like the other. Which is it and why? Grapes, strawberries, bananas, watermelons. Sam?
Bananas because it doesn't grow on a vine.
Oh, that was a good guess.
Marisol?
Wait, I have to give the reason why.
You can say which one's not like the others.
He said you have to give the reason why. I
Yeah,
don't know.
give
Is
the
that why
reason
she
why.
got it wrong because of the reason why, or just because it's not bananas?
Guess.
Guess.
Yeah, don't give her any hints. It could still be bananas.
Is it? Does banana have seeds?
They do.
Never mind then. I don't know.
David?
Is it strawberries because it's the only one that has seeds on the outside? Or am I dumb?
You got half of it right.
Okay.
So it is strawberries. Do you want me to just give the
Mhm.
answer?
Wait,
You
what were
always
the
wanna guess.
options?
Grapes, strawberries, bananas, and watermelons.
Do strawberries not get sweeter with time or something?
No.
All right,
not
just
that.
read the reason.
So the reason, so strawberries is the outlier in these because they are, in the botanical sense, not berries. A berry is a fleshy fruit without a stone pit produced from a single flower containing one ovary. And I don't think strawberry meets the later half of that
criteria.
definition. But grapes, bananas, and watermelons botanically are considered berries.
See, I did know that strawberry was ironically not a berry, but
Yeah.
I thought it was the seed thing.
But
Interesting.
like in everyday use and culinary use, we call it a berry because,
Mhm.
you know, we think of the small, fleshy, juicy
Mm-hmm.
fruits.
But is my answer still kind of right? Aren't the rest of them grown on vines?
I think that was pretty good.
I think
yeah.
so, yeah. Because the bananas grow on herbs, technically. Like it's a one herb, and then it produces the
Like a
hand of
tree.
bananas.
Mhm.
And then once you pluck the bananas, the whole herb dies.
Whoa.
Aw,
Whoa.
so sad.
So banana trees are fake,
Yeah, they don't grow on trees.
Oh.
but they don't grow on vines.
All right, that sounds like that's all I needed to know.
Yep.
I don't know
Hmm.
where strawberries grow.
I thought strawberries grew on vines, but I guess I don't know.
Because I think they call them like bushels of strawberries or something, right?
I'm looking it up.
Wow, Bella, you're smarter than Sam. Sam was wrong. Is there a button for that?
It is a bushel, but it kind of looks like a vine.
I bet. It looks funny.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
confusing.
Yeah,
You guys
A
are both
bush-
right.
Yeah, a bush and a vine.
we're not botanists.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 6. Have you ever noticed that Sprite at McDonald's tastes better? What is their secret?
Cocaine.
Sam?
Well, I think it could be two things.
Oh, I think
I will say there are
Multiple?
multiple factors, but
Okay.
there's one main thing I'm looking for.
Okay.
Is it going to be the straw?
Yes.
Nice.
So McDonald's straws are slightly wider than other straws from other fast food places. So because you're able to suck up more,
Mm-hmm.
the combination of the, you know, flavor and the bubbles all just mixes better in your mouth. Like you get a better taste.
You probably get more carbonation, which makes it more spicy.
That's what I was thinking. Is it due to the straw, or do they also carbonate it more? Because I know the recipe for Coke is different. but
That's what
for
I've
Coke.
heard, is that their carbonation is stronger and the straw is wider. But I figured the straw one is the more commonly
Like,
said thing.
yeah.
So what they actually do is McDonald's chills their water and soda syrup. So when they mix it, it's at the same temperature. And when something's cooler, it also the carbonation tends to last longer.
Wow.
And the other thing is they use a little more syrup because they take into account the ice melting in your drink.
They've thought through
Smart.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number 7. So this is actually a 2-part question. What franchise has the most restaurants worldwide? And what franchise has the most restaurants in the US? So, David?
Worldwide, I'm going to say Subway.
No.
Are you going to guess the US one or no?
US, I'm going to say Subway for that one.
Correct.
Yay. Okay. I knew it was one of them.
Sam?
Well, I guess worldwide, I'll guess McDonald's then.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
I thought it was going to be the other way. That McDonald's was the US one, but maybe not worldwide.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Nope. So McDonald's has over 40,000 locations worldwide, but only 13,000 in the US. Whereas Subway has over 20,000.
Wow.
No, I know they're
There's a lot of
everywhere.
Subways everywhere.
And like the thing with Subways is they don't just have their own standalone locations, they're also located in gas stations,
In
in
Walmart.
Walmarts.
True.
Yeah.
And those count. Yeah.
Good for them.
One quick note there. When I was in Costa Rica, I did not see a single McDonald's. And we
Really?
were driving across that country. Bella said in Bolivia, they also don't have McDonald's because they tried it once and nobody went there. Because their native food and street food is better. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing similar in Costa Rica and potentially other Latin American countries.
Right. I wonder where they put all the foreign ones. because I mean I'm sure North America probably makes up a big chunk, like Canada and Mexico maybe. But
Yeah.
like I feel like even in like Spain or like in Europe, they're just like only in the big cities maybe, or maybe that's just where I
Maybe,
traveled to.
but I mean, Europe has a lot of big cities,
True.
and I feel like they all have McDonald's.
Yeah,
Peru has some.
and that's a cool thing. They do localize the menu a little, so it's like
Mhm.
they'll have like poutine in like Canada,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
They don't have ranch in Canada at McDonald's.
Crazy,
Yeah, in India they sell chicken burgers,
right?
which I think
In-
they're just chicken sandwiches. I don't think it's an actual like ground chicken patty.
Yeah, Asia has McDonald's, like South Korea.
I don't remember any specific food items, but I do remember the ones in Spain sold beer, so that was cool with me.
Question number 8. Why can you eat raw steak but can't eat raw chicken? Sam?
I don't know exactly, but raw chicken gives you salmonella.
I was just saying,
And steak has some sort of enzyme or something. That's okay.
Mm,
I don't know.
Not the answer we're looking for.
because beef is more better.
Well, okay, interesting. And I don't know the answer still, but I've heard that in other countries you can eat raw chicken.
Yeah, I've heard that about Australia.
Australia.
Is it the way they grow and like feed them? Maybe.
So
Probably.
I think so.
Oh,
Because
is
my
that the
coworker,
answer?
one of my coworkers said she ate raw chicken in Australia.
like sashimi style or something.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, my guess it's probably wrong. Was maybe the fibers or something in cows are thicker, so maybe bacteria is harder to settle. Probably wrong.
Kinda, but not completely right.
Mhm.
So with steak, the pathogens don't usually live in the muscles. They mostly hang around like, in the guts and outside. So when you have, a cut of steak, there really is no pathogens inside the steak. They're all living on the outside.
Okay.
So that's why when you cook it, you want the outside to not be raw and the inside's fine because there's nothing there that's harmful. Whereas with chicken, at least in the US, the pathogens can exist throughout the chicken. And so that gives you a higher risk of getting sick. So just because you cook the outside of the chicken doesn't mean you eliminated the pathogens in the middle of the chicken.
Interesting.
And
And when we doing an episode on Australia,
I'm down.
friggin' raw sashimi.
next time, Australia trivia. All right, here's the last question. True or false, with a spicy pepper, the seeds are the spiciest part? David?
You said the seeds?
Yeah.
I would have said yes, but I'm going to guess no because supposedly the veins are the spiciest part.
What's the vein?
Like, not the skin, but like the thing attached to the seeds, like the white part. Yay.
So yeah, the seeds are not the spiciest part. That's normally what we think of as the spiciest, but supposedly, yes, it's the white rib of the pepper,
Okay, yeah.
the inside. It's funny because whenever I cut bell peppers, that's the part I cut off, but bell peppers aren't spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
By
the part I
nature.
cut off too, because I'm just like, it's like fibrous and I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Unpleasant.
Thank you, Chef Reels, that I see on Facebook.
So that was our food trivia for today. I feel like these questions were a little spread out, a little bit different, but hope everyone learned something.
Absolutely.
I learned a lot.
Nice.
Strawberry, not berry.
Banana. Berry.
Berry.
Yeah.
That one is crazy. Watermelon. I always just think of watermelon as watermelon fruit. You know, like it's its
Yeah.
own category, it feels like.
Watermelon berry.
Lingonberry. Unrelated. I don't know, just
Okay, IKEA. Isn't that
I
IKEA?
think so, yeah. The little red
That's
cranberry
good.
looking thing. We should have. an
Maybe that could be
episode
your
of
pick, Bella, and then you can be on
Ooh.
the pod.
I like it. I like their gravy.
Well, thank you, Oscar, for putting together that food
Mhm.
trivia. David Marisol, what are you guys gonna put trivia together for us?
Trivia of what? Is there something you guys want me to put together?
So we've done animal
And food.
and food.
And food.
No, you guys can pick whatever you want. Me and Oscar
Okay.
just picked whatever we felt like.
Okay.
Smash Brothers trivia. No,
Oh
You're like,
gosh.
who won Frostbite 2019? No.
Maybe you could do
I'm just kidding.
Nintendo trivia
True, yeah,
or
that'd be
video game
I'll do the
trivia,
trivia.
Okay.
but not Smash Brothers stream trivia.
I was gonna go, oh, that's easy. MK Leo. No, you wouldn't know.
Other than that, one very exciting thing, we bought tickets to go to Peru. So it's official. We're going to Peru in May with Marisol. So wait, how long are you going to be there? Because you're going
True.
before.
2 weeks. I haven't been to the motherland in a while. So I'm
What
going
do you
there.
mean 2 weeks?
I'm going there for 2 weeks.
We're going there for 2 weeks.
We're going there for
We're going
10
the-
days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically
It's
2
yeah.
weeks.
So you're like
So
14
you're just
days?
going to be there 2 days longer than
Yeah.
us.
Oh.
Yes.
You-
Yes. Yeah.
I thought you were going to be there for like at least a week before we got there.
True.
No, I won't be there for that. I mean, I go there the 17th, and then I leave the 30th.
Okay.
Almost 2 weeks. Yeah, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. I
Well,
guess
technically, I fly the 16th
to get there the 17th.
to get there the 17th. So yeah, 2
Yeah.
weeks exactly for me. Yeah. Yes, guys. I'm going there for a wedding, but then the group is gonna meet me after the wedding on the Monday, and I'm excited for you guys to come and eat all the food.
Heck yeah.
So that's mostly what I do. But we'll also go to like Cusco, where Machu Picchu is. We'll see other stuff as well. Bring your hiking shoes.
Are we planning to drive there or fly there?
To Cusco?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant to Peru.
My family has said it's better to fly there to save
Good.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oscar said good.
It's like
Okay.
a 6-hour drive,
Oh, yeah.
And
we
an
should
hour
have tried
flight.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and it's only like $100 for the flight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cheap. The only expensive thing about Machu Picchu, I would say, is like you have to take a train to there. And the train, there's like a train that the Peruvians take, which is like super cheap in soles. But like for Americans, it's like, or for any foreigners, it's $100
Oh, damn.
US dollars.
Damn.
Do they check like your passport or something?
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah,
Do you have a Peruvian passport?
I do. I'm a dual citizen,
Nice.
except I can't find my password.
Dang.
How long has it been missing?
I thought my dad had it, but my dad was like, no, because last time I had it, you were like, I'm an adult, so I'm going to take it. And I guess I did, and now it's lost.
Wait, both of them or just the Peruvian
It's
one?
just the Peruvian one.
Okay.
So, and then I was like, whatever, because I have my Peruvian ID. I found my Peruvian ID expired.
They're gonna be like $100 to ride this train.
Well, I'm not gonna just ride the train by myself because it's two different trains. Like the foreigner train, super bougie, super bougie. So I was like, I'm not gonna just ride the other train by myself.
So
I'm gonna go with
that's
my
not- I thought it
friends.
was the same train, but just
Yeah.
depending on whether
Yeah.
you're local or foreign,
No,
they charge you
because
different
I've been
prices.
to the local train. It's just a regular train.
I mean, I don't mind taking the local train.
You
They
can't.
won't?
They
That's
won't
so
let you.
Oh, really?
You gotta go on the bougie train, bro.
They got to make that money.
They gotta make that moolah.
At least that's bougie.
Yeah.
True.
How long is the ride on the train?
From what I remember, it was like an hour and
Okay.
something.
All right.
But
For
again,
$100,
guys,
it better be at least an hour.
the last time I went,
I want it to be a long train ride.
last time I
can-
went, it was like I can't even remember. I want to say maybe like 3-4 years ago, maybe
Okay.
more, maybe 5. But it was an experience. It is a hike to get up there, but once you're there, it almost seems like unreal. Like,
Mhm.
how was this built by humans?
Aliens.
Right.
Ooh.
Okay, also, do we need to do planning or who's planning what's going on there?
I can plan for most things. I can plan. I can plan.
Yay.
Yay. I can plan. I did ask for itinerary, so I have that. So now this weekend, my plan is to go home to Cincinnati and to get some feedback from my parents to see what's the best way to travel, transport places. Also, I want to know exactly what you guys want to see.
Yeah, I
Like-
did tell them too that we should brainstorm anything specific we want to see
Yeah.
because you said that way it'll help you know like what's the best way to do stuff.
Exactly.
And like I'm down to help planning, but obviously you and your family
yeah.
are going to know better of like what
Mhm.
to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
so bad at planning, but I will try my hardest.
That's why I was like, I know you're not a planner,
I'm
but
not.
I already told you the only thing I really want to do is visit Cusco.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Machu Picchu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't really mind if we like anything else we do.
I'm like in the same boat. I'm
Yeah.
just happy to be there and see one of the wonders of the world.
It'll definitely be exciting. One thing that we need to try, gooey.
What's that?
The
Guinea pig.
Oh, I'm down.
this is what triggered me to put my foot down and say we needed to buy the ticket, just because you sent me a video and you're like, what cuy is served like when you go to Peru.
I guess like someone got served like they normally like fry them.
Mm-hmm.
Fried gooey, which is guinea pig, and it had a little chuyo, which is a little Peruvian.
Yeah, they put like an outfit on it.
Oh, yeah,
my
they put and
gosh.
I think they put a poncho on it.
Yeah,
Which
Yes.
is fucked up. I've never seen it like that.
that's when you sent it to me. I thought you were being serious. I was like, oh shit.
No, I mean if it can come out like that, that's crazy because we would have some footage for the
That-
pod.
Oh my
Sounds delicious.
Honestly, it tastes like chicken, guys. I haven't had it in myself in a long, long time, but I'd be down to try it again.
Yo,
That's crazy.
that's messed up.
It is fucked up. Again, I've never seen it like that. It does look a little crazy when it comes out.
They're huge.
It makes me think of Shrek when they're eating the
I
mice,
know,
like the
no,
rats on the stick.
honestly, same. Because when we recently watched Shrek, and like Shrek is like cooking up those rats, I was like, that kind of looks yummy. I'm a little hungry, but again, I haven't eaten guinea pig in so long, just because it's like not we don't eat it here, so it's weird when I do go back. But my parents do eat guinea pig when they go back.
I'm so excited to eat my body weight in ceviche.
Oh yeah, we need
Oh, I
this.
thought you were gonna say in guinea pigs.
Yeah,
Oh,
damn.
that too.
What I'm mostly scared of is the altitude sickness because it can get bad. The first time I went, it did get bad, but we just gotta be drinking that coca tea.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Get
gonna
that.
say, is there anything specific
Damn.
we should do, or
Cocaine?
like medicine we need to buy to try to prevent
So
that?
the locals there have coca leaves, which is like a leaf that they use. I guess that could be used
Cocaine.
to make cocaine.
It is.
But it's just the leaf part, you know? And so either they chew on it or they drink Coke tea every morning to make sure it's just like a stimulant. It helps you breathe better, gives you more energy so you don't feel like sick and all that. So we'll definitely be drinking coca tea every morning, and we'll probably have some like little coca candy.
God damn.
You guys are gonna be like,
Right.
that's
love
okay. That's what we need.
We're gonna come back like addicts.
And that
No,
sounds
it
like
can't- you can't
sounds
get
like dang,
addicted
I gotta
from it.
drink tea.
Right. It's either you keep saying gokati, which makes me think it's gonna be like soda.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like soda,
It's
but then you
not
say
soda.
tea, so then
It's
I'm like,
tea.
I don't like tea.
Shit, I don't mind drinking Coca-Cola.
Well,
every
then you
day.
can just chew either on the leaves, which it's kind of gross, or just like have the little candies. But they also
I'll drink
sell
the tea. I don't
like,
want to get sick.
but they also sell, I think, like medicine you can take. And if we need an oxygen tank, we can do that too. We can go to the local pharmacy and just buy an oxygen tank.
Dang, that's sick.
We've had to do that before too. I can't remember for who, but we did.
I'm really hoping, since I don't really get like car sick or boat sick. I know altitude sickness is different, but I'm hoping with a couple coca leaves, I'll be good.
Yeah.
I heard that the worst thing you can do is sleep.
What?
Like when you're in a high altitude, that you want to like stay up as long as you can to try to get used to it before you try to sleep.
And I bet you
You-
people's first thought is, "Oh, I feel so sick. I need to rest."
Yeah.
You definitely want to acclimate. So I think they say like give yourself like a day to acclimate
Before like going to Machu Picchu or
Bef-
something.
yeah, before doing that.
I
Going to
guess
Machu
I
Picchu.
am confusion. This is good? I don't even want to say it out loud. Is this in only certain parts of the country, or in certain cities, or is this in
The
all of
altitude
Peru?
sickness?
Yeah.
So we have the Andes. And Andes, I believe, is like the mountains.
Yes.
Yes. So Peru has Andes, the Amazon, and just the city part. La Sierra, La Selva, y I don't know what else. How do you say Andes in Spanish?
Los Andes
I mean, yeah, Los
or
Andes.
montañas.
Because
Yes.
like, if you know what like South America looks like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's
It's
like
like a dog.
there's like a mountain range
Mhm.
Right.
that goes all along the western
Yeah.
coast.
Mhm.
So these people are practically living in the mountains.
Not the western. I guess it's not right up against the western coast, but it's like you got the coast, and then it's like mountains,
Yeah.
and then it's jungle.
Is
And
that where we're going to be the whole time?
So
I guess that's what I'm confused about.
Lima is sea level because it's
Lima,
on the sea,
yes.
right? On
So it's just when we go to Machu Picchu.
Correct. When
Yeah.
we go to Cusco.
yeah, Cusco's
Cusco.
in a higher elevation because Machu
Okay.
Picchu's in the mountains.
So it's just like that city.
That's where
Yeah.
we'll get altitude
Okay.
sickness.
Okay.
yeah, not the whole.
Not
country.
Lima.
I was like, is the
No.
whole country on a just big old mountain?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna have to be eating cocoa.
Yeah. No, I had a similar question or that same question before, and then she
Okay.
answered.
Okay, also, guys, I will try to answer your questions as best as I can. But again, I only lived here until I was like 6 years old.
Right. Well, it's a good thing we're flying to Cusco because imagine a 6-hour drive going up.
Oh
Pray
yeah.
for Sam.
That'd be rough.
Oh, Lima's on the coast, right?
Hmm.
That makes sense.
That's where all that good seafood is gonna be.
Yeah, because the land right next to the coast is like flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was just confusion.
You weren't the only one. Don't worry. And
I
then-
guess another place where I was gonna ask you guys, like where my mom is from, it's called Ica, and there's sand dunes, and there's a city within the sand dunes called Huacachina. But besides that, there's really not much else to do in Ica. If you guys wanted to go,
What do you do in sand dunes?
You just like surf the dunes and you do the boogies.
Oh, that sounds kind of
Oh.
fun.
It's kind of crazy because they go like
They're huge.
they're huge and they go so fast in them, and it's just cool to see like the city within the dune.
Mhm.
hmm
Like the movie.
Right.
I haven't
got
seen
giant
the movie.
worms.
I haven't
No
either.
spoilers. I haven't seen the movies.
I don't even know if there's. That's probably like there's sand, right? In the movies, like dunes in this. There's dunes in Dune. I don't
Yeah.
know. Don't ask me. I haven't seen them either.
But I'm really excited for you guys to try all the street food and all, just to go into the markets and get their food. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited we actually bought the tickets.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm so excited. I'm
We're
gonna
getting
come back
close.
with a wife.
Shut up. I gotta renew my passport. I gotta expedite it.
Oh, girl.
It was great, like, because when we booked it, she's like, oh, her passport expires like just under the 6 month or whatever. they
Yeah,
wanted.
my passport
Oh.
expires in November, and Peru requires you to have 6 months
Yep.
on your passport.
Shit.
So
It's corny.
Should do that ASAP.
no, I am. I already filled out the form.
Oh,
Oh.
did you get the pictures?
Not yet,
Oh,
Does it say when
but
it'll...
for expedited. It only takes like 2 weeks, so
Mhm.
I'm not
Oh,
that
okay.
worried about it.
That's good.
I'm gonna do it this week, but I need to pick a day where it makes sense for me to do my makeup and then go get a picture taken.
Right.
right. Passport
Well-
makeup. You should watch one of the videos.
Oh yeah, I was planning to look at that
Do
up.
my makeup, my passport picture. I look like a delinquent. It looks so
Yeah,
bad.
my old passport picture is real bad. So I am excited to get a new one, but there's a lot of pressure on this picture.
Mhm.
Yeah, my passport photo is good, but my visa one for when I went to Spain looks like a mugshot. I showed it to my dad and he started laughing. I was like, dang, it was crazy.
At least my license picture is real cute. Alrighty, we should wrap up the episode. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed food trivia and our OCD talk. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and leave us a voicemail, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.